welcome back to Daily Wildcat Sports. I'm Teagan Rasche here with Saul Bookman. The Wildcats just suffered their first loss of the season to the Houston Cougars. They didn't step up to the game, did they, tonight?
No, it was pretty rough. There was some good, there was some bad. They played a lot more competitive than I thought they would. I thought Houston looked a little sluggish here and there, but I thought Arizona played pretty well, especially on defense. Offense, though, is really where I think this game was lost. I mean, there was a lot to be desired, and I'm sure we'll get into that in a second.
We didn't really see much from Matt Oliver tonight. I was expecting to see him playing a lot more.
Well, the greatness of a great player, I guess, is the best way I could say it, is when you don't realize how much of an impact he's making until you look at the stats and you realize he had 11 tackles and tied for the team lead in tackles. I don't know what is going on over there. It's really freaky. Sorry. Just pardon us for a second. But he had 11 tackles, and he had a crucial caused fumble on Brandon Dawkins. Like Jacob Alsadek said in the post game, is that he has tremendous second effort, and so he would fire off those blocks. And sure enough, when Brandon Dawkins escaped from the pocket, Ed Oliver is the one that caught him from behind and knocked that ball out, and that's why he's an All-American.
And if you look at the stats from tonight's games, both teams are pretty even. So it really came down to the mistakes the team made, which is why the score ended up the way they did.
I mean, two huge plays. Well, actually, I'll say three huge plays. Arizona's driving, Dawkins fumbles the ball. Actually, let's just say four huge plays. I mean, there's so many huge plays. So Dawkins driving, fumbles the ball. Dawkins rolls out, has Tony Ellison wide open in the corner of the end zone. I mean, wide. All he had to do was just float it in there, and he put so much mustard on it, it just flew right over his head. That's another one. Then you talk about the safety, and then you have the interception at the end of the game. So those were the four big mistakes. And Houston, they had really one mistake, and that was the interception that they threw over there on the sideline that gave Khalil Tate his first opportunity to put some points on the board, and he did with the field goal. So
yeah, let's talk about the quarterbacks for a minute here.
Oh, jeez.
Fourth quarter, Rich Rod decides to put Kelly Tate in and then put Brandon Dawkins in, and just going back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, Khalil Tate. At this point, I'm at a loss of words. I have no idea what happened. I don't know what was going on. It seemed like it was just kind of a go with what you feel situation for Rich Rod. Yeah. I don't think he really understood what he was doing.
Yeah, all he said in the press conference was that Dawkins was a little nicked out.
Yeah, well then he said the same thing about Khalil Tate when they asked him about his performance, and it just, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect from the quarterback position. I don't know what to expect from Rich Rod. I mean, it's just a bunch of wild cards out here, and I don't know who's in control. And it's like the inmates are running the asylum, and I have no idea who's in control.
Yeah, and the defensive line did play a lot better in the second half. Didn't let in any points. And in the press conference with Jacob Alsadek, he said that it was like when one person makes a mistake, that's when like the whole team ends up making the mistake.
Yeah, on offense he did. The defense, they played really well. They were able to create a lot of plays and stop Houston from getting into scoring position, and they did a tremendous job in the second half. Shut Houston down to 0 points. But if you look at the statistics, I mean, roughly about 220 yards for each team passing. Roughly about 180, 170 yards for each team rushing. It was equal. So it comes down to those glaring weaknesses from each team, and Arizona just had a few more than Houston did tonight.
And moving forward, they have one more non-conference game before they're back here for their conference season.
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to play next weekend after this loss?
I don't know. It depends on how much enthusiasm they have. You know, are they deflated from this loss, or are they going to take the positives from this loss? I think the defense can only take all the positives.
Yeah.
The offense just has such a long way to go. And we kept saying, last week, it's all well and good that you're running the ball over and over and over again, but these teams aren't going to let you run the ball just willy-nilly like that. So you're going to have to figure out how to pass. Last week was the time to try that out. You didn't do it. It came down to it tonight, and you lost because of it. So, we'll see where they go after this.
Well, tune in 2 weeks. We'll be back here at Arizona Stadium for Arizona's first conference game of the season against the University of Utah. I'm Teagan Rasche, Saul Bookman, and thanks for tuning in.